panelists that I've asked to be here today. So Dr. Francesca Omarodian, can you just give a little wave? Dr. Omarodian, can you just give a little wave to the audience? So Dr. Francesca Omarodian is an associate professor at the University of Windsor. She has 2 MAs from the University of Toronto, Canada, University of Exeter, UK, and Exeter, UK. She received her PhD from the University of Benin. Nigeria. Her BA honors in sociology with summa cum laude is from McMaster University in Hamilton. Dr. Omarodian's research focuses on sexuality, sexual health, family studies with a focus on Black immigrants and refugees, human trafficking, development, and environmental impact studies. Thirdly, we have Kay Johnson. Dr. Kay Johnson is the Director of the Office of Human Rights, Equity, and Accessibility at the University of Windsor. Having been in the field of social justice and human rights for over 30 years, she has an extensive experience organizing conferences from the local to international levels. In addition, she has developed and delivered hundreds of workshops and presentations for a variety of audiences, including students in grades kindergarten through 12th grade, college and university students, educators, employees, government officials, community groups, and the general public. Kay is on the executive of Canadian Association for the Prevention of Discrimination and Harassment in Higher Education. She is the founding member of the of the Windsor Black Educators Association and sits on a number of internal and external committees. And lastly, we have Farah El Haj. Farah is a 4th year political science student at the University of Windsor. Farah is commonly known as a student leader on campus. Throughout her 4 years of undergrad, Farah served on the University of Windsor Student Alliance for 3 terms as a faculty representative, a board member, and a senator, representing all 12,000 students on different platforms. Last year, Farah was advocated for implementing a sexual assault policy on campus, and in 1 month, the policy will be implemented on campus worldwide. Thank you.
So the panelists that I've introduced today are Camille Armour. Raise your hand. Camille grew up in Windsor, Essex County. She's the first-generation Canadian to parents who immigrated to Canada from the Caribbean. Camille earned her Bachelor's of Science in Biology at the University of Western and a Bachelor's of Arts in Psychology at the University of Windsor. She then went to get her MBA in Finance from Wayne State University. She spends most of her professional life working in the finance service sector and is currently an estate and insurance advisor for the Wealth Insurance Group. She's actively involved in the community and volunteerism through coaching youth, mentoring youth, fundraising for various charities and activities. And then we have Amelia Renshi. She transferred from McMaster, to Windsor. She currently is majoring in Women and Gender Studies. This year she is the coordinator for the Women's Center, so that's directly upstairs. The Women's Center is a safe place here on campus for all students. They provide resources to individuals such as contacts for domestic violence, rape crisis centers, feminine products, condoms that are all free, no questions asked. They also host a variety of events on campus, such as the Ecole Polytech Remembrance Ceremony, as well as the International Women's Day event. And then we also have Linda McCurdy. Just raise my hand. Linda was born and raised in Windsor, Ontario, to daughter of Dr. Howard McCurdy and Patricia McCurdy. She attended the University of Texas, El Paso on a full-track scholarship in accomplishments in high jump. After graduating university, she attended University of Windsor in a law program. Upon completing that, she was called to the bar in 1996, and now she has a law practice here in Windsor in the area of criminal law. She is involved in the Black Law Student Association when she was in law school, the Black Coalition, as well as the DWIS, and currently a member of Sister to Sister, which is a group who helps honor Black high school student graduates each year. Lastly, we have Marcy. Mercy Carte Harder is the university alumni and former AfroFest coordinator for 2010. She earned her Bachelor's of Honors in Sociology and a Master in Social Work in 2011. She is currently a family service worker at the Windsor Essex Children's Society, and right now, currently, she's enjoying maternity leave with her 2-month-old daughter. So this is all the panelists. You can just give a round of applause.
Okay. Companies are making an effort to connect with modern audiences and are trying to portray more women of color, but primarily Black women in their publication ads, such as Dove. What are your thoughts on the representation and the goal of empowering Black women in advertising?
Part of that might depend on, is that better? On what they're advertising. So if you're saying what are our thoughts on more Black women in advertising, a couple of things come to mind. One is that a lot of times Black people are used as that example of a visible minority because we seem to be the most extreme from the center, which would be, actually, it's not even the center because it's more or less on a continuum where white people, in this case white women, would be seen as people, and that we'd be that farthest extreme of diversity kind of thing like that. So that's something that comes to mind when you're talking about using Black women more in advertising and so on. Another thought comes to mind about what is it that Black women will be used to advertise. So there have been a number of studies for decades now that show that Black women tend to be more satisfied with their body and with their images, but a lot of advertising feeds on and fosters feelings of dissatisfaction and so on with ourselves and such. So if you look at that Black women are going to be used in advertisement to create and foster and increase feelings of dissatisfaction with one's looks and images, then you're basically taking away one of the few things that we have left. So it depends on how we're going to be used, what we're used to be advertising. If we're used to sell something to white women or to white men as consuming Black women, which is part of that stereotype and use in there, then no.
Thanks for the question, Alicia. I think you did say something about the Dove. Was that correct, to Dove? Okay. So as far as the Dove advertising, and they're very much about accepting yourself and very, very naturally, I would say that women are being portrayed, women of color, namely Black women. I think the inclusion in the Dove commercials is excellent, and it's about time, because we are here, women of color are here, and really, as I recall, I think they're also in various shapes, sizes, and shades. So I do think that the Dove campaign has portrayed Black women in a very positive way.
I think what we need as Black women, that we need to be seen more in different ways. Not so much in terms of our body, we need to be seen in terms of our intellect. I think Black women are very intelligent, and we have a lot to offer, and we do have a lot of Black women in every area of the sectors. In every institution, we have Black women. But unfortunately, as some of us have said, when you see Black women in advertisement, we don't see them apart from their body image, apart from their color. I remember the young actress, she's an African, can somebody help me here? They're advertised for Estee Lauder and yeah. So all I know about her and I see of her is in terms of her haircut, her pride in her color, all the makeup that she advertised. But I think she has more to offer out than all those images. They need to highlight also other positive areas in her life. So there are Black women scientists, there are Black women entrepreneurs, there are Black women, Serena, I like to watch her when she plays that. We have made a lot of impact in the society, and they need to show us more in those areas than the focus on our body and all those type of things.
Just to add to Dr. Merodian, I completely do agree that Black women do need to be more empowered to highlight not only their physical appearance, but their intellect and all of the other amazing things that we're doing as well. I think that we've come a long way in terms of, Dove empowering Black women to embrace their natural skin and their hair, and we have more entertainers as well, such as Viola Davis taking off her wig, and Lupita embracing her naturalness. I think that we have come a long way, but we still have so much more to achieve and to accomplish. More Black girls need to be empowered to get into, predominantly, white roles or male-dominated roles. There needs to be that push for Black girls to embrace their intellect, to embrace and to be encouraged to step into fields that were not, predominantly accepted, or Black women are not predominantly accepted in. So I think that especially in the media, and especially in mainstream fields, there needs to be more education of Black girls. There needs to be more empowering of Black girls to fully embrace and to be confident in their own skin, I would say.
I'd also like to open up to the audience as well, right after this last person, so make sure to have your hands up.
I think there's a difference between how Black people or Black women are represented in the media in Canada and the United States. Some of the references are to Americans who have shown their hair and done different things in the media. In Canada, it's easy to see Black representation or minority representation in advertising and in television because it's sort of like a multicultural mandate. I've even recently, I do some modeling and acting too. I recently did an ad where I portrayed a Black judge. So we're here as far as the media is concerned, but can I go into the store and buy pantyhose for a Black person? No, I can't do that. I can get an ad for them, but I still can't find hair stuff. Can I go to get hair stuff at the store here? I can if I want to pay $15 or $20 for some shea butter. Otherwise, I have to cross the border. So while we are represented somewhat in the media, we're still not being provided with what we're advertising for. So that is an issue that needs to be addressed.
Anyone from the audience want to add any comments?
Just that you can get shea butter from the shea butter lady right there right now on this today.
That's true. That's true.